Welcome to Deadly Dames, and this is going to be our filming Comic-Con part 2, because this is day 2 of it. So obviously I put up the video for day 1 yesterday where I went a bit crazy and left myself with no money for the second day, but obviously I did pick up a few different things, so I'll just show you what I've got. So first up, I got a King Kong book just here. I'm a big fan of the 1933 King Kong, and this is basically just it's got a lot of artwork and just a bit of the background to do with King Kong, so it wasn't very expensive, so I figured why not. I also got, I know I said I wouldn't get more artwork, but I did. I couldn't help myself. This is just a print. It was only £2 of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. I really like the artwork to Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. I like the artwork to all of Nightmare on Elm Streets, but not sure if I'll put this one up or just sort of hang on to it until I've got a bit more wall space, but I figured you don't see an awful lot of Nightmare on Elm Street stuff that's that cheap, so why not? I only really got a couple of signatures, so this is one that I got, and it's Keisha Castle Hughes from Game of Thrones. I don't have a lot of Game of Thrones signatures, but there was no queue at the specific time that I actually went upstairs for herself, and I thought, you know, if I'm going to get it, I might as well get it now, so I did. I quite like her character in Game of Thrones as well. Obviously she's like the assassin daughter, so it was worth it, had to do it. Sorry, my camera's not focusing here. And then obviously I showed you that I got Margot Kidder's signature yesterday. I figured if I was going back today, it was really going to be my last opportunity to get her to sign my Harrow Video Sisters Blu-ray, and she did. She talked about it a little bit as well, said it was a lot of fun making this movie, and she also said that she part-owned the rights to it and had no idea that Harrow Video had released Sisters, and she had not been paid for it, so whether that's accurate or not, well, she said it, and so... but yeah, she enjoyed signing it. She picked this side to sign, because when I took out the insert, she was like, what side do you want me to sign? And I was like, well, you pick. And then she says, well, I like this scene, so I'm going to sign this bit. So really glad that I decided to take Sisters with me today so that she could sign it. So yeah, it's only 2 autographs that I picked up in the second day. I went to Strange Vice stall again, and I did get quite a lot of movies from them. They're great guys, Strange Vice, so if you've never been to any of their stalls or been to their website, because you can go onto their website and you can look at everything that they've got for sale and they'll ship it to you, but if you've never heard of them, definitely go check them out. Just type Strange Vice into Google and it will bring up their website. Definitely worth checking out, because as I said, their stuff's really good. They basically specialise in trying to find movies that no one else has released. I know that Harrow Video and 88 etc, they're releasing a lot of these older movies, but you can still get some really great ones from Strange Vice, so go and check them out. I'll write their link below as well so you know what they're called. But I had to get this one. My partner actually picked this up for me because I really like David Hess. I think the man oozed playing a baddie. He was really good at playing a baddie, and it's a shame because I actually think he was a good actor and he probably could have done a bit more than just always playing the bad guy. But when I went to Strange Vice stall, they had House at the Edge of the Park. I was actually going to buy this anyway because I've got House at the Edge of the Park Shameless release, and I know that it is cut, so I've always kind of wanted to pick the uncut version, and this is uncut. But when I seen that they actually had a signed one by David Hess and Giovanni, now I can't say his name properly, Lombardo, is it Radis? But I probably ruined his name there. But when I seen it was signed by both of them, who are the 2 leads in the movie, so obviously David Hess is more famous for being in Last House on the Left, and Giovanni's more famous for probably being in like Cannibal for Rocks, but both of them are in this movie, and this is a movie that's not quite what you think it's going to be. You think these 2 are going to be the bad guys in it, but what I like about this film is nobody's really the good guy, and nobody's really the bad guy. Everybody's just as bad as each other. But yeah, you should definitely watch it. Basically, the guy at Strange Vice was telling me that he had a friend who, that's what he did. He bought these movies and he went about conventions getting actors to sign the actual DVD or to sign the Blu-ray. And his friend was moving abroad and was getting rid of his collection, so he bought them all, and that's how he ended up with so many of these movies signed, and it's my gain because I got to pick this up and it's signed by both of them. So really loved managing to get that. I also got, and this is a movie that I think a lot of people out there have a film that everyone's seen but somehow they have not, and this is what Dead and Buried is like for me. So it was £5 second hand from Strange Vice. It is, I think it might be a German edition by the looks of it. Yeah, I think it's German, but it is region free and it does play in English as well, so I figured why not, if I'm going to get it I might as well get this edition. Also got this movie, and this movie looks excellent, Sisterhood, £2, can't grumble at that, so had to get it. Also got Anthropophagus, tried to say that correctly, 2000. Obviously I've got the Anthropophagus release from 88 Films, and obviously they're doing Absurd, but this is the 2000 edition, so picked that up as well. This looked amazing. It's by the same guy that directed Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, which is one of my favourite films. So when I seen this one and read the back of it, plus the woman that worked at the stall, she was standing talking to me about movies that she loves and trying to recommend things, and she recommended this, so I thought I'm going to get this one and have a go of it. She also recommended this one, Dungeon of Harrow. Again, it was a second hand, it was £3, and read the back of it, looked really, really good. And both of them at the stall actually recommended this one, God told me to. £4 second hand, so just decided to give it a go. I haven't actually seen a lot of those films, so I figured why not. They also threw in a couple of freebies, so just a wee postcard here and a couple of posters. I'll just open them up, which I thought was really kind of them, but I'm a regular, so I think that was why. But there we are, that's poster 1. So I'm trying to fold these out one-handed without damaging them. There's poster 2. And one more poster that they threw in. Not sure if I can get it around the right way. As I said, sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed without damaging them. And there's poster 3. So, never paid for them, as I said, they were a wee freebie that I got put in with my massive purchase, so thank you. I also bought, and this is a book that I've been after for quite a while, this one. I seen it yesterday, swithered, wasn't entirely sure. When I went back today and it was still there, I figured it was for me. So VHS video cover art, it's by the Dude Designs, amazing. There's so many good movies inside this, so I'll do a proper review on it later, but glad to pick that up. And after my sister saw my Green Inferno poster yesterday, she asked me to go back and pick up one for her, but she decided to go with something else, not the Green Inferno. Hold on 2 seconds, I'm going to have to get something to hold it down because it just keeps on rolling. Hold on. Don't know if this is going to hold it down well, but we'll give it a go. I think these are getting a wee glimpse of it there. Here we are. And it was the Reanimator poster. Sorry, I have to see if I can get my camera to focus a bit better. So she basically said, can you go back and get me this? So I did. And kind of jealous actually, kind of wishing I got myself one now because it's such an amazing poster. So I think my sister's going to come by and pick that up later today. My partner also picked up a Nuka Cola. It's actually metal, this one, so as you can see. So my partner actually picked this up, just big fan of Fallout, and decided she wanted it. Also on the way out, I know I shouldn't have done it, but I did. I decided to swing by HMV, which resulted in me picking up a couple of films. So to be honest, there were ones that I was going to pick up anyway. So obviously Jaws 3 and the terrible Jaws The Revenge, which I wasn't going to buy until my other half said, well, you can't just buy 2 and 3 and you've already got 1. because then you need to hang on to your box set for 4. You have to get 4, and I was like, alright, okay, then I'll get the terrible part 4. But I really like that Jaws 3 also has a extra Jaws 3 in 3D edition in there. So I'm going to have a Jaws binge. And I picked up a new Master of Cinema's Eureka seconds. And then other than that, the only thing I got was lots of local comic book artist stuff. I love going to Film and Comic Con and Comic Con because you get to chat to these guys, and they're really talented, they're really cool guys, and if anybody's never really stopped to chat to them, you should definitely go and check out the local comic book stalls because they're amazing, they're definitely worth it. So I went to all of the comic book stalls, but I went and spent a lot of time with Planet Jimbot again. He made me an amazing deal which I couldn't refuse. So again, I'm going to review some of his stuff because it is so good, and I think that more people out there should be reading the local comic stuff. And you don't have to go to these events to get them. You can actually pick up a lot of Planet Jimbot and the other guys in Forbidden Planet or in Geek Retreat or Geekaboo. You can pick them up in these places. So he, for £15, gave me issue 5 of Wolf Country, the volume 1 of Wolf Country. Now I actually did have issue 1 and 2 of Wolf Country anyway, but I just got the full volume. The Ripper Legacy and the Amazing and Fantastic Tales. So he actually gave me all of them, all 5 issues, all of that for £15, which I thought was quite a good deal for buying all of it. Went to the guys across the way and picked up, hold on, now I actually had this already, but he told me there was some pages missing, so he gave me the new edition, and I got the 2nd issue of Last Resort, and then I also picked up the Eternal War Ends 1, 2 and 3 from him. These are great guys, and their comic books are so funny. They're definitely worth reading. Now, the guy that actually does this one, he gets quite a hard time, I think, sometimes from women, but don't let it put you off that it's called Mega Skank Mansion. It's hilarious, it is rude and crude, but it's funny and it makes me laugh from beginning to end. I love his artwork as well. He does a lot of artwork which is sort of mimicking sort of comic book and with like Adventure Time and stuff, My Little Pony, stuff like that, and it just makes me laugh. I got my sister one of the posters for last year, and she hangs it proudly on her wall. And then the last one I got was Moon, which is a really great comic book. I've got issue 2, 1 and 2 already, so I picked up 3 and 4. It was really funny because when we went up, he's a bit of a salesman, and he was saying, "Oh, these are fresh off the press. It's Beyond the Bunker." He was like, "These are fresh off the press. They smell amazing." So obviously my other half smelt the book, and I was like, "Is that your sales tactic? Smell my comic?" So he actually signed both of these, Smell My Comic, because of that, which I thought was really funny. So definitely worth a read. I'm just trying to see what the name of the guys are that does Mega Skank Mansion. It says Bicky. I don't know if that's the name of them. They're on my Facebook as well. But it's a Curt sibling. I'm going to spell these other people's names wrong, but yeah, just Google it and you'll be able to find them. They're really cool guys. Just try to see this other one as well. John Chaos Alexander does the other one. But they're really good comic books. So if you like this sort of thing, obviously just pick a ticket up for Film and Comic Con or for Comic Con and go along. If you go on a Sunday, it's not as busy as a Saturday. The local comic book guys always want to chat, stop and talk about anything. I had a great laugh with them. I spent about an hour, 2 hours like usual. I do it every year with them, just in having a good gossip about their comic books and their ideas for the future and smelling their comics, as it says. So yeah, hopefully you've liked this video, and if you have any questions or anything, just leave them below, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Take care.